The EFF exists in a country indoctrinated to believe that the contradictions between the African black majority and the white capitalist ruling class can be resolved peacefully, and that violence in any form must be avoided and condemned. This belief is simply untrue.
Uh-oh. Sounds like this young lady, fetching though her little red beret may be, is calling for violence against a particular group.
We must explain this truth to our people. When the South African Human Rights Commission takes us to court for saying that ultimately our revolution will require us to kill, we must be prepared to contextualize what we mean. When the Human Rights Commission and the racist lobby group take us to court for declaring that we are in a war with white supremacy, we must be able to explain to our people what black consciousness is and why it cannot coexist with the idea that white people are inherently superior and one of the two must die.
Ah, now I get it. Now I understand. So all those times that Julia Malema was calling for the death of the Boers, the assassination of the Afrikaners, what she really wanted was for an idea to die. Yeah, she wanted her people to go out and kill an idea, of course. Well, she could have fooled me, I'll tell you.
Must never be scared to kill.
Julius Malema. Well, I clearly haven't done my homework. Let's find out what the hell's going on in South Africa, eh? Who is this ladyboy slayer of ideas? Let's find out together. Let's get into the video.
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act.
Ideas, right? You want to kill ideas?
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm saying to you, we've not called for the killing of white people, at least for now.
I see, you know, I told you, I knew it'd be much ado about nothing. It always is, isn't it? Yeah, he's not calling for the killing of white people, at least for... What did that trans athlete say?
We've not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
Okay, so I can see why some very racist, prejudiced, bigoted white South Africans might believe, or might get you to believe, rather, you mug, that if you take that clip out of context, it kind of sounds like they're planning a cleansing operation of some kind in South Africa, doesn't it? But maybe if we watch a few more clips, you'll understand that it's just he's getting the word ideas and people mixed up again.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd understand somebody watching that, especially as it gets shared on Twitter. They freak out. It sounds like a genocidal call.
Cry babies. Cry babies.
I'm not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least for now.
I can't give a guarantee of the future, especially when things are going the way they are.
Subtext.
Especially if things are going the way they are, there will be a revolution in this country, I can tell you now.
Yikes. Well, here's to hoping things don't keep going the way they're going, eh? White South Africans, you've been warned. Okay, it's a fair warning. That's an olive branch, if anything, that Mrs. Malema is giving to you here. Because, frankly, they've had enough. They've had enough of you with all your shit, your farms, okay? Next time you see a black guy, you're walking down the street, hand your farm over to him. Just give him the keys to the farm, all right? It's only fair after, you know, colonialism and apartheid and shit, okay? We don't move on. You move on, okay? That's the way of the world. It's kind of amazing, isn't it, to me? You see the journalist there in the interview, when he's talking about cleansing his country of a race of people. And the interview goes, "Don't you realize how that sounds now?" We've had years of people calling Donald Trump Hitler. How many times have you heard that Donald Trump is Hitler? Larry David was the most recent one. And he wrote a ridiculous, a pathetic article in the Washington Post or something in response to Bill Maher's dinner with Donald Trump. He wrote an article, "My dinner with Hitler!" Get over yourself, you tosser. It's incredible, isn't it? It's all so incredible.
We are not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least for now. That means at some future date, we may call for the slaughter of white people. Is that correct?
Let's deal with that at that future date. I don't know what's going to happen.
So you're saying you are not ruling out that in the future, you may very well call for the slaughter of white people?
It may not be me.
It may not be me. I've got to say, Madame Malema, if you're looking to allay our fears, you know, that you're going to commit some kind of heinous atrocity, that's not what you should have said. You should have said, it may not happen. But you said, it may not be me, which implies it will be someone.
Could it be you?
It could be me, yes, but it may not be me.
Yeah, so it could be you. You could, at some future date, call for the slaughter of white people.
I laugh not at what he's saying, but just the fact that he's saying it like that. He's kind of playing with the idea. It may not be me. It might be my friend. I don't know. It's like, we can't even comprehend. I mean, I know a lot of you are probably watching me from South Africa, but people from North America, Europe, whatever, the kind of people that scream Hitler at Donald Trump, they can't even comprehend that people this openly evil, overtly evil, exist in the world. Imagine a politician in one of your countries, in Canada, the UK, US, Australia, just toying with the idea, well, maybe it won't be me. Maybe I won't ask them to kill all of these people. But maybe I will. I don't know. This is insane. Like, we have psychos, of course, in our communities, in our countries, whatever. But they have to pretend that they're not. He's not even pretending. And people are pretending on his behalf, which I'll show you now in the video. They're pretending this isn't happening.
And part of that is that the people who are native to that land deserve their rightful land back. That is not what the Afrikaners actually want to have happen, which are the white Africans, and so who are not originally from Africa, who colonized South Africa also. And so that is what they are saying is discrimination.
The colonizers, you see. Thanks for that fascinating history lesson, Captain Spaz. But for the rest of us who have an above 85 IQ, they're not mentally subnormal amongst us. I'm sure you already know that the answer to that, the retort, would be, yeah, they're colonizers. In the mid-17th century they were. The Afrikaners have been in South Africa, a lot of them, have got roots going back there, nearly 400 years. At what point are they as South African as a great white shark or a penguin? You know, you have to wonder. But then, here's the other thing that I don't think a lot of people know. You know, I've only found this out relatively recently, that the vast majority of black South Africans are Bantus, Western Africans, colonizers. And so I think everyone kind of thinks that the black South Africans, oh, this was a lovely Wakanda land that they were just all living in harmony with the sharks and the penguins until the nasty Dutch came and started saying, we want your diamonds and your farms. There were no farms, all right? There were loads of Khoisan people who were wiped out by the Bantus, by, I guess, probably the white colonizers too. The Bantus, though, they were a successful tribe of people. You know, they swept down through the continent of Africa, enslaving to this day the Pygmies in the DR Congo. You know, wiping out the Khoisans wherever they could. And I'm sorry, look, right? I'm sorry that the way the world was forever was tribes fighting other tribes. And it just so happened that the white colonizers in South Africa came out on top and ran stuff for a bit. You know? It's like I've got a working class background, right? My family never owned shit. You know, does that give me the right to go up to some aristocrat and just take his stuff? I mean, I don't know. I guess these people probably do think that, to be fair. I say they think. They ain't thinking, are they? I'm wasting my breath.
Now, if the Constitution in South Africa is discriminatory, they have their checks and balances in that land, just like we do. And that is for them to. So if the Afrikaners don't actually like the land, they can leave that country.
They are. They're leaving to come here.
No. They can
These refugees are coming here.
They can actually leave and go to where their native land is, which is probably Germany.
Are you against them coming here?
Holland, probably. Holland.
Well, I never thought I'd see the day that all the CNN collaborators were not positively rolling out the red carpet and popping open the champagne at the mere thought of a load of African immigrants coming to the US. But, well, you know, life has a knack of surprising you like that. I guess it is a little disappointing for them, though. I mean, look at them. They're white, they speak the language, they're skilled workers, they're dressed like we dress, and, you know, what is that? Women and children? Oh, for God's sake, it should be exclusively military-aged men. I said exclusively.
Trump has virtually halted refugee admission in America for people fleeing war and famine in places like Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
The Trump administration, they're saying that essentially these white South Africans assimilate better, and they're also not as much of a security risk.
Do I need to waste my time putting some clips in here? Because I'm wondering. It's like, is it necessary? I mean, normally at this point, those of you who know my videos, I'd have a little clip of Javier Bardem going, and then showing mayhem and the nice, peaceful Afrikaners. But I think you get the idea.
That's really causing a lot of people to be appalled, frankly. And I also should tell people that this violence that they're talking about that are dealing with these Afrikaners, I've been hearing from people that say there is violence in South Africa, but it's affecting everybody of every single race, Katie.
Okay, for time's sake, I'm just going to explain this to you like you were, as though you were a retard. Imagine if in the US, right, you've got the violent crime problem that you've got. But imagine the opposition party suddenly started saying, you know what, all of these problems we got, it's that group of people, right? And we are not saying we're going to kill them all, but we might. It hasn't come to that yet, but we might, okay? If they don't like it, they can sod off back to Italy or Greece or the UK, okay? Imagine if you were a Greek, Italian, or English American. Your family's been in the States for 4 generations, 5, 8 generations. And you're hearing that kind of rhetoric. And, you know, every time you go out, there's a real chance that you might not come back because someone's shooting up the 7-Eleven. That's how I imagine America to be, the Wild West. You know, or the UK. I could give the example of the UK. Everyone's stabbing each other to death there. Imagine if you've got all that crap going on, which is what's going on in South Africa, but I think quite a bit worse. And then, yeah, the politicians just start saying, well, I think it might be time, we don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, you know. Yeah, I think you might want to leave. I think I'd want to leave.
Shoot to kill. Gamaza. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Brr, pa, pa.
Yes, it's so deeply and morally wrong-headed and repulsive. These are the descendants of the people who created the most diabolical system of white supremacy in human history, apartheid. They're not directly responsible for it, but it was a system that actually moved black people off of the arable land. So they inherited the land that the black people had to give up. It was called forced removal. It was something called a Bantustan policy, where they moved black people out of the cities and farmlands into these remote areas with non-arable land. I mean, it was just one of the most worst processes ever.
So why is it that after over 30 years of ANC rule in South Africa, they haven't managed to quite get things to where they want them to be? You know, I don't understand. Is it just because all of these Afrikaners have the farms? Is that the problem? Really? Cry me a fucking river.
But what has happened in this strange, bizarre world we're living in is that the Afrikaners have become the darling of these right-wing, white supremacist movements around the world.
Oh, there you go. I see. They're the darling of the white supremacists, are they? You're evil. You're evil. He's trying to guilt people out of feeling sorry for a group of people that are just openly being hunted. I can't even be bothered to try and be funny about this stuff anymore. It's that guy's evil. There's something about these people. They're living in the same world as the rest of us, but they're deliberately misinterpreting something in some sort of vanity project to sell you something, to sell something about themselves. Scum.
This video is for the white Afrikaners who are coming to the United States. I think you've already landed here. And I know that some of the folks who met you at the airport told you, welcome, we're so glad you're here. Most of us aren't glad you're here, okay?
The mayor of DA in PE is a white man. So these people, when you want to hit them hard, go after a white man. They feel a terrible pain because you have touched a white man. Not because Mashaba and Soli will not be touched. They will be touched, don't worry. But we are starting with this whiteness. We are cutting the throat of whiteness.
Each one person that is being killed by the taxi industry will give 5 white people. For every 1 black person you kill, will give 5 white people. You kill 1 of us, we'll kill 5 of you. You kill 1 of us, we'll kill 5 of you. You kill 1 of us, kill 5 of you. You kill 1 of us, we'll kill 5 white people. We'll kill the children, we'll kill the women, we'll kill anything that we find.
In South Africa, if you're white, you have a target on your back, whether you live on a farm or whether you live in the suburbs. In 2011, they brutally and savagely murdered my wife's grandfather.
Yeah, well, maybe today's video wasn't a particularly funny one. I'm going to put the full version of that guy talking you through what happened to his family on Patreon. And you know, it's not really fit for YouTube, basically. So if you want to depress yourselves even further, you can go and check that out, I guess. Don't think I've got much else to say about this one. We'll look at something funny tomorrow, I promise. Chris Eubank or something. I don't know. Let me know what you want to think about in the next video. I'll see you in the next one. Like, share, subscribe. Hope you've had a lovely time. Goodbye.